What's up, guys? It is Cecily, and this is Drive Girl Drive. Just making sure that everything is recording because I've done this video about 3 times. Anyway, I am putting together my list of things that I'm going to share on the Rideshare Guide channel. Every single week I create a new segment for that channel, and I ran across a topic that I just could not wait for. I couldn't wait. People are talking about this in the forums, and I felt like, you know what? I want to sound off. I want to address it the best way I know how, making videos. So anyway, the story is this. 3 women are suing Uber for allegedly failing to warn passengers about a series of rapes by fake Uber drivers in Los Angeles. So according to this article, it says that 9 people were sexually assaulted by fake Uber drivers between September 2016 and February 2018, not including that recently a USC student, Samantha Josephson, was kidnapped and killed when she got into a vehicle when she mistakenly thought that it was an Uber that she ordered. According to the complaint, law enforcement warned Uber on at least 5 occasions of assaults by fake Uber drivers within a section of Los Angeles where several popular nightclubs are located. They are saying that Uber knew about this from law enforcement and they did not notify people who were either living in that area or driving into that area. So they're not suing and saying that it's Uber's responsibility to let them know that their driver was a fake Uber driver. They're saying that Uber failed to let people know that this sort of thing was happening in a particular area. They also are saying that Uber hid information and failed to let people know, especially young intoxicated women, that how potentially dangerous using Uber could be if you do not confirm who your driver is. That's a lot. Okay, so now we can get to the part where I can share how I feel. From a driver's standpoint, I always confirm who get in my car. That's the first thing I always do. You're not getting in unless I confirm you by name. Your name has to match the name of the person who ordered the car. That is always a thing that never not happens. That never not happens. As a rider, and I used rideshare exclusively for about 5 to 6 months, every day, all day long, no matter where I had to go, if I was late, how busy I was. One thing always was constant. I always confirmed the person picking me up based off the license plate number. If you use the license plate number in the big font on the screen and it matches, you can almost ensure without a shadow of a doubt that that is your Uber driver. One other thing that I do is I look at the make and model of the car and I ask that person what their name is. I also look at the person's picture and see if that person matches, because sometimes people drive on other people's Uber accounts. I've been in situations where I'm like, you don't look like this. And that person was not, he was using somebody else's account. So even if you do confirm that person's identity, it's a possibility that you could be in a car with somebody that could be potentially dangerous. Which takes me to my next point. You cannot use Uber as a babysitter or some sort of fairy godmother that gets you home. I have had so many instances, and I have, you know what, I wanted to create this video, but I didn't want it to come off as being anti-woman and all this kind of stuff. But the bottom line is this: if you don't look out for yourself, no one else is going to look out for you. You can't go and get sloppy drunk and expect that you're going to end up going home safe and sound as you lose consciousness. I've had people in my car sloppy drunk, not remember their name, not remember their addresses. Is one night I circled the block for 30 minutes in West Hollywood. The one in the front who ordered the car did not remember where she lived and couldn't even remember her name at some point. And then the 2 in the back didn't remember how to get there. I mean, we circled and circled and circled. And by the time we got there, when she put her foot down on the concrete, she stood up 1 second and fell flat on her face. Like, what are y'all doing? I wouldn't suggest that you go on a date with someone that you didn't know that well and get sloppy drunk, because you just never know what could happen next. Why would you get sloppy drunk and think that some stranger is going to be respectful in that situation? Don't give people chances. And I know that's not a feminist ideology, and you know, it makes me sound like I'm victim blaming. It absolutely is not. If you're listening to me right now and you use Uber as a means to get you home and you drink as much as you want to and you're doing all and you're hanging out all hours of the night, I'm just letting you know you need to be more careful, because bad people are out there, are bad cops, there are bad Uber drivers, there are bad teachers, there are bad baristas. They're just bad people waiting to take opportunities to do stupid shit. And why give somebody creative license to do something to you? I don't agree with the lawsuit. I feel like what the women should have done is they should have come together, shared their stories, and said, look, we didn't use proper protocol, and proper protocol is confirming the identity of the driver. Had these women said, hey, I confirmed the identity of my driver and he still turned out to be a rapist, that's a completely different conversation. If this was 3 guys that got raped by men or women or what have you, I would say the same thing. Uber is not responsible for that. These people are individually responsible for that, and they should all burn in hell. Burn, baby, burn. And I would hope that these women would use their stories to share with other young women or other people in general who believe that nothing's going to happen, everything's going to be fine, that this kind of thing can happen to you. It can happen to you even if you know who your driver is. It can happen to you even if you have someone in the pool. It can happen to you from somebody that lives down the street. It can happen to you by somebody that you know. Things can happen, period, and no one's going to look out for you like you. No one's going to make sure you're okay like you. You have to sit there and have the uncomfortable conversations. Why doesn't your license number match? It says here your name is Tony. Peter. Who's Peter? Oh, a Hyundai Elantra? Oh, your car's in the shop? I'll cancel that. In my last video I did on the Rideshare Guys channel, I said that a lot of people have lost their lives because they felt they need to be polite. Don't be polite. A lot of people are not walking around here right now because they were being polite. Your life matters more than how kind someone thinks you are. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. I know it's not going to be a popular video. I'm okay with it, but I want to hear what your thoughts are. You like this video? Give me a thumbs up.
Something about the way you talk now.